Studio 17 presents City Voice Series with our candidate today, Danielle Harper.
That's me. Hello, 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 everybody. I'm here. I'm so thankful and grateful to Studio 17 for providing this platform. I think it's so important that we use our platforms for good. So, this is one of those good things. So, thank you so much for having me.
So, Danny, I know for anybody that's running for any political office, whatever level it might be,
Yeah.
voter registration is a big thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Now, I know California has recently implemented some financial literacy aspects to high school students to add in with voter registration.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any opinion on that?
So this is super important. If our kids have this in their minds, and this is part of like one of the high school graduation requirements now, it's coming up. So if they know they're equipped with something like that, I definitely feel like our world can come to a new changing standpoint. I know that we hear all the time, we believe the children are the future, right? So with that being said, the future will be our children. If they're not equipped and they're not ready, they're just going to tear our world down if we just keep with this mindset of overconsumption, of just staying on your phone. But being civically engaged and being a part of your community, then you have that same feeling of like when you're cooking a dish at home. Like when you go and pull your vegetables, if you grew the vegetable and you cut the vegetable and you make the dish and you eat the food, it tastes better, it feels better, you have that sense of pride. And that's the same thing with civic engagement.
You can taste the love.
Yes, you sure can. Oh yeah, you know all about that.
Come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's the way to the heart.
So
Yeah.
speaking on civic engagement, community involvement, things
Yeah.
like that, you not too long ago educated me
Mhm.
on voter turnout
Oh,
in
yeah.
the 24 election here in Lancaster.
Yes, yes.
I
That was
believe
our election for mayor. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
the mayoral election and
Yes, you
everything.
got
Okay,
it. Mhm.
so I believe you were, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were saying that 60% of voters were age 55 and up.
Yes. So I'm a big believer in utilizing all the tools that you have in front of you. And so AI is a big thing. AI is kind of our friend now. But what I did is I took some of the voter data and I threw it into AI and basically Google Notebook, and it was able to kind of like break everything out into charts for me. Once I found that out, it really kind of put in perspective why most of the voter rules right now in the city of Lancaster is mail-in ballot only.
Mm.
What 18 to 24-year-old do you know with a stable home, or that's always up to date and making sure that their voter registration is updated? Like,
And that's
they'll,
exactly where
yeah.
I was going. Was
Okay.
with the civic engagement, how are we going to get to those younger blocks?
Yeah.
So that way, maybe it's not 60%, 55 plus, but
Yeah.
maybe it comes to about, maybe 40%.
Yes, we want things to be more representative of
Right.
our community and what we see. And we see kids everywhere. And kids have nothing to do in the city of Lancaster in the summer. There's programs, there's all these things, but there's like small windows. Oh, there's only 30 people that can go here, 40 people here. If we start utilizing our free spaces and have people that love what they do and we support those nonprofits and people that care about the community, then we can really use our funds to keep our kids busy, have them have mentors, and have them on better pathways to success. Yes. And that's why I'm trying to run.
There you go. Makes a lot of sense.
Super important. The city council has the ability to change from mail-in ballot to walk-in voting, and they changed it themselves. Sometimes votes come through and everybody will say yes on the vote. Currently, we have about 6 city council members right now, and I'm sorry, there's 5 currently, but they'll say yes on a vote and without even thinking about it. And that's how this mail-in ballot thing came through. So we don't want that anymore. We want to make it accessible.
That sounds like decision fatigue right there.
Yeah, I would say that. You never know what's in their mind. They could have talked about it beforehand, but something as big as that, you have to think about it. You have to wonder why. Why are they doing things like that?
Right.
And you don't want to be somebody left out. So you got to come to your city council meetings. Please come. I mean, I know it's at a weird time, but get people in there that care about you being at work. And because right now our city council meetings are every second and third Thursday, and I'm sorry, second and fourth Thursday at 1:30 p.m. So a lot of people can't make
Okay.
it. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, no diss to our city, but we got to do better. We do.
Make it
Yeah.
more accessible for the whole public.
Yes, that's super important. That's what I stand on. Yes.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thank you for answering my questions,
Thank
Daniel.
you.
Appreciate the time.
Thank you. Laveau knows y'all. Shout out to Top Shelf. They have been active in the community. Studio 17. They're all like a major conglomerate of just people that care, and that what they do is super important. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You still are.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome back to Studio 17's edition of Civic Sessions. Today we have candidate Nicole Rendon Blackwood.
Absolutely.
And, you know, one thing that kind of jumped out immediately to me when I seen your campaign was the 3 points that you have running on. Could you share those with us?
Absolutely. So I like to simplify things where I can. And so I've been really pushing the pillars of ABC, which stands for Advance Together, Build Tomorrow, and Collaborate for Lancaster. And that's really what I'm standing on in terms of how I aim to serve at a greater capacity in the city of Lancaster. Advance Together means building upon what's already working. I know that oftentimes candidates come in and they're just kind of like bulls in the china shop and they just want to tear up everything. And it's like, well, some stuff maybe is working and maybe just needs a little more fire, right? And so definitely want to look at what those things are that are working in our city and advance those things forward, whether it's innovations or certain economic development initiatives. I want to really look at those and advance those together with the community. Build for tomorrow means building structures, systems, kind of collaborative efforts that need to be built to answer those things that do need to be solved and we haven't touched yet as a city. And so I'm really standing on building for tomorrow with others, which kind of brings me to see collaboration is huge for me. Okay. As a Black and brown woman, it kind of goes without saying that equity matters a lot to me, and making sure that people that look like me and even those that don't look like me are heard where needed. And so we don't know how to solve something in its entirety with just 4 to 7 council members, right? We need to collaborate with experts, people that are already doing the work, and definitely make sure that it's an equitable opportunity to hear, one, what are the real issues, and two, what are some real solutions, kind of like Studio 17, right? Studio 17 is an answer to a need in our community. And so that makes you an expert in an area that maybe I'm not. So I might be seated, but if I want to learn how to reach a Lancaster audience, I might reach out to you. That's kind of what I stand on, and that's what I believe, that collaborative effort moves things well and moves things from an informed standpoint and moves them quickly, because more hands helps the speed of things. And so, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's beautiful. Couple things stood out there. The some things are already good. You know, no need to tear them down. Don't got to be a bull in china shop. I definitely agree with you there.
Yes.
I like the emphasis on collaboration, wanting to make sure that there's everyone who is within the community is taken into consideration there. And what really stood out to me was the equity and the equitable comments that you went on to make. So for some of the, the newer voters or the inexperienced voters, what would they have to look forward to as far as if they're going in and they're writing in or checking off the box that says Nicole Blackwood?
Yes.
What is equity or those equitable arrangements looking like for them?
Absolutely. And I know the word equity is kind of thrown around.
Oh, it's broad.
Right.
It could mean one thing to Joe and a whole nother thing to Andrew.
Seriously. And so I want to make sure that I clarify what that means to me.
Yeah.
In this region, right? In the city of Lancaster, I think equity really needs to start from those collaborative conversations. What are the needs and the missing pieces, and where where are the pockets in the community that we're not hearing clearly? Equity is not always fair, it's not always equal, but it needs to be there, in terms of making sure that everybody who lives here is being heard and addressed, that needs are really being addressed. And so equity for me looks like town halls, talking on podcasts, right? Like it looks like making
Building bridges in a sense.
definitely partnerships
Okay.
and holding space for these kinds of conversations. I think that that's a starting point, and then that can develop into strategy. But I'm not one that just wants to build to build. I want to understand what are we building and why, and that's for me where equity comes in.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all one more time. This is Studio 17 bringing you Civic Sessions. Come back next time when we bring in the next candidate that's going to be playing an impactful role in your city today. Welcome back to Studio 17, where we have Civic Sessions. Today we have the candidate Renaj Garrison. Today we're going to be asking a couple of questions and hear a little bit about Renaj and some of the feedback she has to offer. So, Renaj, first question. I know with a lot of political candidates, once they get the position, once they get the seat, they, for lack of a better term, forget where they came from. How do you intend to stay connected and transparent with the community that voted you into office?
That's one of the things, if I'm honest, that
Yeah.
I
We love honesty.
was, right? That's one of the things that I was looking for when I decide to vote. I want people who will be who they are after campaign season is over, who are going to do the things they say they're going to do, who are going to continue to be connected and be transparent. And so for me, connectedness, one thing that I would love to see, and I don't know that we're going to get it, I would love to see our city hall meeting time change. But even if that doesn't happen, I have committed, and I've been careful as I've campaigned not to make a lot of empty promises, but I'm committed to hosting regular town halls where residents can have consistent and regular access to me as a council member, and have transparent information, and transparent meaning honest, right? That's at the end of the day, that's what we want, is honesty. I want honest, plain language answers about the decisions that get made for the city, about policy, about the budgets, the money, where it's going, how it's being spent. I want that to be clear, transparent, honest, and consistent. And that's something I'm looking to bring to the table.
Great. Beautiful answer. Love that. So with remaining connected in the community, they put you into the seat. What would be some of the key, most important, crucial issues that you would look to address immediately once you have the position?
We're talking about affordability. We're talking about crumbling infrastructure, but the need for small businesses like Studio 17 to be able to attract customers and attract business and have safe roads and attract, commuters that come into our town, and they're able to drive and have a safe, happy experience when they come to support these small businesses.
Right.
And the affordability for residents, right? Changing tires because you're blowing out tires in potholes, and vehicle alignments because the roads are just terrible. Now, we can see the difference between, the priority that's attached to, say, like Lancaster Boulevard, where we are right now, versus some of the other places in the city. But the city affects all of us. It's all of us as residents that want to have our 11.25% tax rate, which just so happens to be the highest in the nation. We want to see that reflected in our city, and that's infrastructure, and that's our businesses, and that's the things that make us go, okay, our money's being used in a way that is benefiting all of us.
Right.
So that's something that I would prioritize, just understanding where the money's going, how it's being spent, and how we need to reallocate to better prioritize the needs of the citizens.
Understood. Affordability and infrastructure.
Affordability and infrastructure.
Perfect.
Yes. Thanks.